I gotta buy those Miku versions.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Encore or whatever.
3. I think we're already live.
You gonna get the furry planeswalker,
What?
JB?
Hell yeah, give me that shit. I don't
Of
fucking
course.
care.
What's your persona, JB?
I don't have one.
You're a liar.
I don't
It's
have
an
one.
anime girl with cat ears. That's his persona.
Damn.
I've
nailed
seen
it.
the tokens.
At least I'm honest. I'm the fucking bear, bro.
I don't have one.
100%. I would be a bear.
Not fat. Well, I guess you're fat.
Why a
enough, I don't
bear?
know. You can be an otter, which is a skinny version. That's what they're called, right? All right. 3, 2, 1. You are listening to episode
Bear and otter are
157.
two very different animals.
You are listening to episode 157 of Favorite
Uh-oh.
Player. I'm your host, Tony, joined with Josh, Jeff, and JB. And yes, we got a full cast. And yes, we got a lot of stuff going on. And yes, we're going to talk about Modern. And we're going to talk about Legacy. And the list goes on and on and on and on.
People played Magic this week, right?
Hell yeah, dude. I played
Nice.
a lot. I was actually
played a
gonna,
little.
if I would have gotten my Necrodominuses, I would have went to go play Legacy yesterday just so I could play that deck.
You could proxy at our tournaments.
I
It's
should
fine.
have. I had the
Yeah.
entire deck. I was like, oh, this deck doesn't cost anything, but we'll get into that. Aside from all
We'll
that,
talk about the crazy junk.
what did you guys do this week? We're gonna start with
Oh,
Joyce.
you tell me. Tell me. Oh,
No, we're
I
gonna start.
went and played Magic at Bonnaroo.
Oh,
nice.
There was
Yeah, I
a-
know you sent us some pics.
How dirty are your cards now?
yeah, dude.
I mean, not very. I was actually kinda surprised. I was like very skeptical going into it. Like, do I really want to play Magic at Bonnaroo or whatever? But like, the guy had an RV and he had a really nice setup. I'm getting his name. Sorry.
Okay.
But like, he had a really nice setup. And Andy was his name.
Oh, Andy.
Yeah, who put the Magic on the Farm together. I only went to the first one at like 11 a.m. on Thursday, so like the day after I got there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like skeptical, but like Jeff, my buddy Jeff Burke, like wanted to go for like a Discord meetup, so like he walked over to like the same spot with me, so like he like kind of talked me into it, and like I was like skeptical at first, and then I walked in and I was like immediately like everyone was super chill. Like I was like totally scared, like, cause like the like Magic players are either like, you know, super like stuck up or like super like rules roller. Like Magic players are generally the worst, right?
I was about to say sometimes they're really miserable. You can get good groups,
Yeah,
but there
tell
are
me.
some really bad people.
But
I'm
like,
not fun. Let's face it.
like everyone was super cool. Like I had a great time. I ended up playing one game with the Andy. He was playing Queen
EDH, I
Marchesa.
assume.
Yeah, we played one game at EDH. He was playing Queen Marchesa. I was playing I only brought a precon. I wanted to bring the red blue precon from Outlaws of Thunder Johnson, but
Yeah.
I didn't have sleeves, so I didn't bring it. Even though like the Andy guy was playing with like dual lands and like Wheel of Fortune in his deck without sleeves, like a real man.
I mean, all right.
I mean, they're your cards.
I mean, right? And like Bonnaroo is super dusty. Like it's in the middle of Tennessee, and like you know,
And it's a music festival.
right? I mean, unfortunately, like the RV camping is like kind of secluded, or whatever.
Yeah.
So and like he had this like nice like setup with like canopies and like tapestries to block the wind and stuff. He had a really cool setup.
Yeah.
And then we played with two other players. One player, the player who won, who was sitting next to me, he was playing a really cool Urza, uncommon Urza, the one that does something with Power Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The white one.
And
No,
then,
the uncommon one I think is just mono blue.
yeah, it's just mono
Oh,
blue.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other player was doing, I don't remember, or it was like a black blue deck.
Hmm.
I think it was a precon from, can't remember. Sorry.
It's all right.
But yeah, we played the game, and I did the Josh thing where I ended up with like a Soul Ring start, and like
Yeah.
powered out my commander really early, and like ended up like attacking. Everyone gets a rad counter and like milling. Not to mention like the mono blue player is like milling his deck too, because like that's his plan.
Yeah.
And like I even said, like, "You're helping me," and he's like, "Oh," like he kind of like played it off. It was like pretty. He did it nicely,
Yeah.
but so I pop off and like my dude's like a 15-15 flying at one point. So like I kind of got like 3v1 and sent back to the Stone Ages. Which the game went
Classic.
on.
Rightfully so.
Right, classic Josh play in Commander. But I had a great time, and then like so on and so forth. The mono blue Urza deck ended up winning with all his graveyard stocked with a bunch of artifacts, and then some creature that gets +1/+1 for every artifact in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of had a lot of fun. Anyway, I ended up trading, like our group, Jeff or whatever, made like Bonnaroo trainee cards, which the group really liked because they were like Magic cards or whatever, the same size,
Okay.
fit in the sleeve or whatever, and they were really well done. The group really like really like got excited over them. Creamed themselves is the word I was looking for. And
All right.
I got stickers. I had a blast, and I would do it again next year too.
Nice.
And I told
I'm glad
them
that
I
I'm
would give them a
going
shout
well.
out, and they said they gotta listen to this week's episode. And yeah,
Shout out.
so I
boy.
did. I did. Shout out to everyone I played Bonnaroo with, and or played with at Bonnaroo, and yeah, that's what I did. I played Magic
Nice.
this week, even though I went on vacation.
Yeah, that's fine.
Never leaves you.
It's kind of cool.
Never.
Never.
Fucking
nerd. All right, Jeff. What'd you do?
Tell us.
Are you talking in the third person?
Damn
No.
right.
I'm not that.
Of course he is.
I'm not that cool.
I didn't go and play Magic. I've been drafting Modern Horizons 3 a lot, both
Yeah.
on Arena and Moto. Just
Okay.
kind of like trying to figure it out. I said this in the chat, like I think a day or two ago. I'm pretty good at drafting normal sets. When it comes to like premium sets like this, like I'm not the greatest because my evaluation of like power level isn't the greatest. Like
You,
when
yeah.
but the league I started right before we did this, I'm 1-0, so starting off strong. It's the first one I've started off 1-0, so
Nice, dude.
Nice.
see where it goes from
Oh,
there. It's
yeah.
green black splash red for that 4-drop that everyone is creaming over the common.
Yeah, that's once the word got out about that, everybody's like,
What is the comment? What does it do?
It's red, green, and 2 for a 2/3. If you cast this spell, make 2 Eldrazi tokens, and then whenever you sack an Eldrazi, put a 1/1 counter on it.
Is it an Eldrazi or a sack of permanent?
It's whenever you sack an Eldrazi.
Okay, so it gets a 4/5 with reach. For
Once you sack the 2 tokens, yeah.
Yeah,
But I also have like there's a 2-drop that gives all your creatures evolve, and then you can pay 4 to make an Eldrazi spawn token,
Oh.
which plays really well with it. I have other things that like double counters. I got 2 of the mini worm coils in there. I also got 2 of the Hydra Bestow, Nyxborn Hydra, which is really good.
yep.
So just kind of like figuring it out, but in the next day or two, I'll be switching back over to standard now that I know there's like a team trio coming to Milwaukee. So I really
Madison,
want to
right?
grind
Let's go to
or Madison. Sorry.
Are we gonna talk about the team trio on the podcast, or is Tony doing his thing? Like, I want the best players. I want you guys on my team.
I've already
I
reached
don't
out to the
know.
best players, but we'll see. You guys are my fallback team.
I told you. we should feel betrayed. We should feel betrayed.
You should feel
Yeah, that's some
betrayed.
bullshit.
Well, I want
That's
to.
fine. I don't
hang
care.
on.
I'm
If
not
you're
going
reaching out to the best
Us
players,
three-
they
us
shouldn't be
three-
reaching
hang
out
on,
to
no,
him.
Us
So.
three should form a team, and then we should shit on Tony.
Yeah, go ahead. Please do.
We
Wouldn't
got
be the
this.
first time I've done it plenty. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Tony, can I borrow some cards?
I
Yeah, of
need
course.
to.
I got you.
I'm
not
gonna
petty.
start playing standard more just to kind of figure out if red green's still good or if I need to like pivot to another deck. But,
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
that going to be post rotation?
It will be, but the red green deck doesn't really lose much.
Yeah.
I guess.
Same thing with like the red deck. It technically only loses like 2 cards
Mm.
for mono red, and they both have like pseudo replacements already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather be prepared than unprepared.
Yeah. I mean, I think Bloombor, it's probably going to, I would suspect it to be a heavy set in the sense that it's going to be changing. Not only because it's like it's going to be the new set of the rotation, but it's because a lot of the power cards are leaving the format, you know,
Yeah.
and then that's going to have more of an impact than the other ones did coming into a format that's kind of already fixed.
Well,
Are we losing Shieldred?
No,
No, but we're losing the Tri-lands. We're losing
Yeah, which makes it a lot
Emperor, all that stuff.
yeah. So there's a
Right.
significant amount of cards that are leaving and also like the
And there's a
channel
chunk
lands.
of decks that are built around those cards.
I think
Yeah.
the Legends deck even loses a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it loses like Slowgurk. All those Innistrad Legends it loses.
Yeah.
So like that deck's gonna be gone. So you know
It'll be interesting
yeah,
to see what happens in the format.
yeah, it'll see what what comes from it, and then also the channel lands, which are really relevant. Like those are huge. That's actually a pretty big loss. Like decks
Mhm.
don't like
Honestly, in every color.
yeah
Like,
So- yeah
I've won my fair share of matches channeling Soaking Jin at the end of my opponent's turn to hit him for 2.
oh yeah like it's real. Like all of the none of them are a joke. They're all freebies because they don't have any clause that punishes them. So like you don't
Yeah,
have
you
to make a
just play 'em
decision.
for free.
Yeah, you're like, oh, should I play a mountain here or this? It's like, no, you should play, this. But yeah, so yeah, for sure.
Well, there was a time where one of them was a negative, right? Because there was that the mono blue deck where you drew for islands, and it's not considered an island.
You
Yep.
only played it as a 1-of.
yeah, and I was gonna say, I still played Odawaru on that one.
I mean, you'd still, yeah. I mean, all one of them are
It
fine.
just meant once in a great while your 5-mana draw card only drew 4 instead of 5.
Yeah, and when those games came up, like you were already in a bad position probably
Yeah.
anyways.
Because
Like I
every
said,
turn
I'm
you're
not
playing
saying it was
draw
bad.
stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying it was the one negative was
Yeah.
that deck
Sure.
specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play any Magic this week, JB?
I did. I played a Legacy League, and
What'd you play?
did you see that 12 post list?
I did not.
Yeah, there's a 12 post list that won like a Legacy Challenge or whatever, one of those bigger events on
Is it
MTGO.
running that new land that counts as every non-basic land type?
Yes.
That
Okay.
kind of rules.
Yeah. So I was looking and I was like, you know what? I'm still on my no blue kick. That means I can't play Nadu because I want to play Nadu, but I can't.
You stupid bitch.
But so yeah, it's just a 12 post deck that doesn't actually play 12
Post.
posts. Yeah, which is funny. That's right there. Yeah,
There it is. Yep.
it plays Tabernacle. I was like, oh, this
I
is
was gonna
great.
say
If I
that's why you
decide,
play this.
if I decide to play this in real life, I have like all of these cards. This is
Oh,
perfect.
funny.
Well,
This plays 4 Urza's Tower, but none of the other shitty Urza lands.
Yep,
Yep.
because it has
This deck
turn 2
rules.
you can go Karn or you can go One Ring, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I went 0-5. I did horribly.
yeah.
I mean, I just don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't know exactly what I'm
You
doing with
win.
the deck. You
Oh,
just
Karn.
Emrakul.
Karn.
yeah, you just Karn or
Karn.
Emrakul or the other Eldrazi guy, the 10 mana destroy 2 things.
Yep.
Oh, you Micah Synthlet. Oh yeah, that's right. That's only banned in Modern, not Legacy. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you can lock
Yeah,
people
so
out.
you get a couple of those things, but never got to lock anybody out. Never got to do all the fun stuff. I was really, really salty because I think it was either game 2 or 3. I played against a blue-white control deck, and in game 1 he goes turn 1 Ponder. I play my Urza's Tower or whatever.
Yep.
Turn 2 he's playing straight blue-white because he plays the fetch land that only gets a basic. You know what I'm
Prismatic
talking
Vista.
about? Yeah, Prismatic Vista. And then he casts something I can't remember. It doesn't really matter. I think it might have been. I think I might have had a Vexing Bauble on the field, and he Prismatic Omened it or Prismatic Endinged it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. Turn 2, play Karn. He doesn't have a response, and then I go get something. I forget what it was. But then he goes, his turn 3, he just casts, and this is game 1, mind you. Casts. What's the card that says basic land types do not untap?
Back to basics.
Yes, he plays back to basics on
Oh,
turn 3,
GG.
game 1, and I'm like, okay, what the hell is this shit? Who the fuck has this main board? This is bullshit. And then I proceed to go into game 2, and he turn twos a Lavinia on me, and I'm like, okay, I
Oh, you're
hate
fucked.
this shit so much.
He just had you sized up from the get-go.
Yeah, it was miserable. I mean, I still managed to make a game out of that one because the one ring is still busted, and like
yeah.
I was holding off for a real long time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's just because I don't know how to play the is it flute, whatever
Yeah,
that is, the
disruptor flute.
flash.
I was just
Yeah.
about to ask you that question. Like,
I
without-
just don't know how to use it properly. Like some of the games I would cast it and like name Ponder or whatever, because I'd played against a lot of control decks. So maybe that's why it was shitty. Is just because maybe it's bad against control. I don't know.
yeah, maybe.
And don't get me wrong, Vexing Bobble was a fucking superstar.
That
I
card's
swear to God,
that card's a terror right now.
it was unreal how much I was like happy to see that on turn 1
Yep.
in my hand, being like Vexing Bobble, and my opponent would just do nothing.
Like, oh,
It's
you
like, this is
No
perfect.
griefs today,
no
buddy.
briefs, no
Oh,
days.
Yep, no
No
force of will,
force,
no
you're like-
force of negation. I
Yeah.
can play my ring on turn 2. I can play my Karn on turn 2. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
great.
It's so
And,
demanding.
hmm
Vaccine
Any game
Bobble
where
was the hero we needed, not the one we wanted.
Yeah.
Any game I didn't do that, I kind of felt lost. I was just like, I don't know what to do. Like, and I don't think I was keeping like miserable hands because it was like turn 2 ring, turn 2 Karn most of the time. Sometimes turn 2 that Eldrazi spawn thingy.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't terrible hands, but I just don't think I knew what I was doing well enough to be playing it.
Sure.
So it's just like, okay, like the Disruptor Flute was basically worthless for me most of the time.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
I mean, I just gotta watch.
Yeah.
Like watch a couple of games, watch some streams of it or whatever, and then like get an idea of like what are people doing? What are people doing with this?
Yeah. It's maybe Disruptor Flute goes in your sideboard for the time being, and then you bring it in like.
But it's a 4 of it in this deck.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like you just cut it, and then you
Yeah, and put something else.
Yeah, something that might help you just kind of streamline your matchups and go from there. Did you ever make the mistake of? Well, I guess you couldn't do that. Never mind. I was saying,
What?
did you, play the Vexing Bauble and then play Once Upon a Time? But it's also not possible because Once Upon a Time
Yeah,
only triggers if
not
it's your first
free.
spell. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
But
How
yeah,
about you, Tony?
I played just more of that Urza deck.
Oh, the Urzanadu deck.
And then I played the control deck that's like spiraling around 105 with that control deck.
Oh,
Yeah, I do. I'm
Let's
just
say
I'm-
205s, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
I was struggling with that deck, the control deck. Yeah, just like my right now the deck I can't beat to save my goddamn life is Reanimator. Like, just can't beat it. Like, I'm so fucking annoyed at that deck. It has my number like every
They got
fucking
Psychic
time.
Frog now too.
Yeah, I wish I was seeing that version because at least they'd be a little less. Because when I was playing the control deck and it's just like we're playing Drago, and it feels miserable because it's like they're just gonna grief me, and then whatever interaction I had that's the jigs up, and then
Yeah.
Atraxa comes down and so forth. So like as far as like Atraxa goes, and like that card specifically, I've been trying to find ways to combat it that are effective, and it's difficult other than playing Dress Down. So like Dress Down's kind of a nice one against it. You're like Dress Down, and they're just like, all right, like yeah, you don't get the effect and so forth. Fall my Field of the Dead, by the way. I was like, where is this
Nice.
fucking thing? It was annoying me to like no end. I was like, motherfucker. But yeah, yeah, that's really all I've been doing, and just kind of theory crafting, watching a ton of streams. There's a blue-red control deck that I am very interested in, and it only works because Tamio is a wizard. It plays the Flame of Anor,
Legacy or modern?
modern. I'm going really hard into modern. Like for the trios event, I doubt I'll be the legacy seed. Like as much as I'd want to be the legacy seed, I just think it's a lot easier to find legacy players than it is to find modern players. Or people willing to play modern, which is a little bit different, but it is what it is. So, yeah, that's kind of where I've been at. And then the format's kind of figuring itself out. We don't know what the best deck is yet. It's right now it's probably determined to be blue red, which we can go, or sorry, not blue red, which we can go right into talking about. is that Ral Zarek, or the Ral deck, the Mono Ruby Storm, which decks are not currently prepared for.
That deck is cool.
It is
I
cool.
really like the look of it.
Yep, it's just mono red, and
Relatively cheap too, right?
no, the Rals are 100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
They're
good.
$100.
Yes,
No,
Dang, dude. They used to be like 25.
They're-
when
yeah,
they
they're like
first
I
98.
came
sold
out.
mine for $25, and I
Yeah.
thought I was.
Oh, you made a mistake. That deck's good.
yeah, it's super good.
I don't
And
think it's like busted, but it's good. You sure?
Monsoon.
Yeah, monsoons, whatever, mage.
No, I lied. $20. I don't know
Okay,
why.
I was
Jesus.
gonna say,
dude.
why?
Okay,
How is it
I was like,
$100?
so
Like,
there's
no way.
My bad. My bad. I thought for some reason I thought I was like,
Okay,
yeah.
so that
there
deck
was
is
a point
cheap.
where the foil ones were like $60, and there was only
Yeah.
like on a few on TCG player, but
Yeah.
not sold.
So-
Yeah, let's take a look. Ruby Storm.
yeah. Well,
What
let
are
me
we looking at? Total cost, Ruby Storm, $434, boys, from Card
So
Kingdom
I got
right
out
now.
when the getting was good. I got out at $25.
Yeah, Metamorphose is probably going to end up being more expensive at some point here, so like don't miss the boat on that. I don't
Yeah.
think it's one of those things, and it ends up being
It's already up to $4, which is crazy because
Yeah.
it used to be $1.
it was
What,
actually bulk for
Metamorphose?
yeah.
It was
It was
25 for a long time. I picked my playset up for 80 back when I used to play Phoenix.
That was
Yeah, and then
because
it got
was-
reprinted and
yeah,
it
it got
went down to like
reprinted.
$1.
I think it's got 2
That was after it
printings.
was reprinted in Modern Masters.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's got 3 printings now.
Oh, 3 printings. now.
Dang.
Yeah.
Pyretic Ritual is $13.
Yeah, it's only got 1 printing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so if you don't have
That's
these,
insane.
yeah. I think I got like 10 of these because yeah. I've never gotten
You
rid of
said
my
your bulk box. Yeah.
I've just never gotten rid of my storm cards. I just always have just never. Same with Desperate Ritual. But that one's the cheaper of the two because that one's been printed 4 times. So, but yeah. So this deck utilizes Ral Monsoon Mage, which makes your instant sorceries cost 1 less cast. It's a 2/1/3 or 2-mana 1/3. And then it has every time you cast an instant sorcery, you flip a coin. If you win the flip, you get to flip it to the other side, or if you lose, it deals damage to yourself. And it's a May ability to flip it.
Yeah, I was about to say, so you can just keep hitting for 1 if you really want.
What hits you, I think.
Well,
No,
if you
it
win the
hits
flip
them.
and choose
No,
not
no,
to flip
it-
you
it-
don't take a life.
Yeah, it hits you every time you choose not to flip
Oh,
it.
it does?
You take it.
Yeah.
So
There's
some
people that have been on camera dying to this trigger.
They're like,
because
they've
keep
lost
using
like
the
9
flip.
coin flips in a row. Like, I need to flip
Yeah.
this because the flip side of this card, Gatherer, get your shit together because I'm going to go to Scryfall.
It enters with
Loyalty equal to the amount of
equal to
cast.
the spells. Yeah.
And then what you're able to do is if you've cast 8 spells, right now what you're doing is charging it up to have enough spells to follow it, then flip it, and then you -8 it right away, which reveals the top 8 cards or exile the top 8 cards of your library. You may cast an instant sorcery from among them without paying its mana cost. So what you do is you
You
flip
only
it.
need to cast 6.
Yeah. Yep. So so you charge it up to that whatever, and you can also use the +1. The downside to flipping it, and this is what people have been saying, is when you flip it, it loses its static and becomes a +1, but you really are just trying to use the -8. But it plays 4 Wish, 4 Ren's Resolve, 4 Reckless Impulse, 3 Past in Flames, 1 Grave Shop, and Glimpse the Impossible. Glimpse the Impossible is kind of the breakout card for this because it allows you to look at the top 3 cards. Exile the top 3 cards, and then you may play those cards at the beginning of the next end step.
Until.
Yeah, so not your current end step to the next turn. So
And if you don't, it ramps you 3 colorless.
yeah. Oh, sorry. It's
Or
so
colorless
No,
for
it's,
each
you
card.
could play them this turn. If you don't, then you get the colorless
Yeah.
tokens.
okay. Are the other ones till the next turn then run resolve? Which
Yeah.
one of them? To the end of your next turn. To the end of your next turn. So yeah, this is why the people hate this. Because what you end up doing is you're like, oh, I didn't combo this turn. I have 4 cards in exile plus 4 cards in hand, and the 4 cards that are in exile are protected from grief, so they can't get to them. So people are like, fuck, I can't touch these things. And then it's obviously playing 4 Wish to go grab cards like Static Prison, which is just 1 mana get rid of thing. Because it's an energy thing, but you're not going to be there to pay the energy. Galvanic Relay to then, exile top more cards off your library, and then also Orim's Chant. So,
Orum's Chant.
yeah, when they're
Oh,
gonna go
that's
for
great.
it, they're pulling it out. They're like, hey, what we're gonna do is we're gonna beat you this way. Right now, like this list does not have any significant way to to beat a Dranith Magistrate. So if you can land a Dranith Magistrate on them, that you shut down Ren's Resolve, Wish, Reckless Impulse, Glimpse, and Pass in the Flames, and then they're left with like having to grape shot it. Like,
I was gonna say like they have to grape shot it then.
well, they have to naturally draw a grape shot. That's the problem. They can't Reckless
Fair.
Impulse it away. So like, yeah. So that's the thing that you have to deeply consider. I don't think people have tried that tech yet, but dampening sphere or whatever that's called, the 2-mana artifact, that's not good enough right now. Mainly just because they always have a way to go get Static Prison, so they're always going to get whatever is causing them a problem. They're going to wish and then get rid of it. So,
I was gonna say Flays deals with Mana Straight also.
yeah, out of the sideboard, right? Yeah.
I mean, you can grab it with Wish, can't you? Or is Wish only instant?
You can only play cards, but what I'm saying with Wish, if you have a Dranith Magistrate, they can't because it's not Dranith Magistrate. You have to play cards from your hand.
I get what
So
you're
like
saying,
it's just their whole sideboard is gone for them to wish for, and then the remaining cards are all in exile. So they have to, and they're all exiled these cards, so you can't get out of it. Like you're stuck with it. So, yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing. And the other like this deck's sweet. It's what people are playing the most of right now. Wow, why is this in here? I guess it's to give. What the hell is this in here for?
Maybe to give Flage haste if you cast it from the graveyard, or if you need Ral to have haste for some dumb reason.
Whatever. I have no idea why that's in here. I'm sure there's a reason for it. I just don't know what it is. Maybe to give Giganta haste. I don't know. If you're like, I feel like this is one of the decks that shouldn't be playing Giganta, and I only say that because like, if the games that you're putting this in your hand for 3 mana, you've probably already lost.
Yeah, because you're way too behind.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a free card.
I guess.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure there's maybe something else you could put in the board, but if you don't need the space, it's just a free slot.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess if your deck's like listed as take an extra turn, that's pretty funny. All right. The other breakout deck that's kind of been popping up. I don't know if you've seen this Eldrazi deck that plays the new Emrakul, one Emrakul, Ceaseless Hunger, and then like the 4 Devourer of Destiny. People have been complaining about this card because this has old templating on it. What was that card called?
Devourer of
Destiny, Devourer of Destiny.
Yeah, it's got old templating on it. Exile target permanent that's one or more colors. So, like, if they don't have any colored permanents and you do, you have to exile your thing.
Yeah.
So people are like, why the hell in this day and age? We're just like, man, shut up. Like, your deck's colorless anyways, but it's like, just shut the fuck up. You know? But this is...
No, because then it'll get rid of my... Oh, no, wait, no. Through the Breach is not an enchantment. Never mind.
Yeah. But, yep. So this deck's been popping up. I am not convinced that this deck is good.
I don't like it.
It looks horrible.
I hate Through the
3-1.
Breach.
It just looks... This isn't Through the Breach. Where do you see Through the Breach?
Oh, I'm looking at a different build.
Yeah. Here's another big... Well, not...
Donnie.
Yeah.
There's a build with Through the Breach.
Yeah. So here's the Mardu deck that's kind of been popping up. This plays Ephemerate, so you can blink both your Grease and your Orc Spellmaster and your Solitude and all that stuff. And also blink this too, which is pretty good. This card's been really solid. Four Thoughts is just a Mardu deck that's just kind of beating up on people having fun, if you will. I don't know.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Feels like Mardu Jund.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the Jund style of deck, but with Mardu.
Yeah. Let's see what this is.
Johnny is gross.
Yeah, there's a Johnny that's in this deck, and also in
That's so weird.
a zoo deck too. That's all cats based. So I thought that was pretty good because it puts a 1/1 cat in each cat you control. Yep, a 1/1 counter. So like people are playing here like cats because Leon Arbiter. I've seen one where it's 4 step links, 4 of the red step links, Y on the Coddle. It's just like a straight up.
Plated Geopede?
No plated Geopede because it's not a cat. But I saw that.
Oh,
shit.
there's
That's
a
the red stimplings.
No,
There's a
the
band-
red Steplings is a dog.
there's a Bant that has a Bant control list that has Urza in it and Nadu.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think.
send that to you.
Yeah, Ursa's a nice one, dude. I think that card's real sick.
This is like when I like modern.
I just think it's
Horizons, like,
funny that-
everything there's so much innovation, but in like 3 months of like
It'll be all stale again. Or well, maybe not in 3 months.
Well,
'cause
the,
we'll have
the, the
Bloomberg
Pro
out.
Tour is gonna like dictate the best deck, right? Like if it happens to be Ruby Storm, then that will be the best deck, and you better believe John Finkel is gonna be turning in his one time of year to go play this shit. So to play Storm,
Yeah, so let's say a bunch of people will be running to play it.
yeah. So I can't imagine Finkel not wanting to play.
Red Wizards.
Yeah, just looking at other decks too. I've been seeing so much stuff going on, which is cool. Here's like the current build of Nadu that's like really popular. Which this one,
Green black.
it's green white splashing, obviously Bowmaster, but it's Wall of Roots, this Springheart Nantuko, and then obviously Nadu, and then it's got your
Card worth. I have a couple of those.
what this the
Nadu?
Springheart?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not much. It's an uncommon, right?
No, it's rare.
Sure.
That's
Oh.
right. It's probably worth something. I mean, the biggest thing is
Or-
like Nadu is it's also taking over CDH because the CDH tournament that just happened recently had the final table was and it's like a larger league. 3 of them were Nadu decks. And
Yeah.
it's too good of a value engine, and it's I could get on.
Dude,
that.
I was watching some guy to play Jund, or it wasn't Jund, it was like black red, splash Nadu only, and I was like, what is this pile?
Yep.
Wait, how splashing two
Two
other
off
colors?
colors. It was unreal. He's playing like Springleaf Drum and like doing goofy bullshit. I was like, how is this deck winning at all?
Yeah, the you see the
Turns
mono.
out when you draw 100 cards off a Chuko, it's
If it works once, you've drawn 8 probably, and then that's usually a wrap. Like, and people don't want to admit that, but like, you're just not being a deck that's gonna draw 8 cards on their turn every single turn. Like, they're just gonna. I think the Thassa's Oracle build is like the build that when people play the One Ring, you're like, all right, fuck, I'll just win then. Like, I can circumvent the One Ring. I'll just go for the win. But the real like Nadu decks that are problematic are just the ones that are just like, I'm a control shell and I draw 8 cards a turn. Good luck. Like, I'm playing Uros in my deck for Legacy. You're like, I'll value with my other cards, and if all I have to do is draw 4 every turn or 6 every turn off this Nadu, you'll never beat me because I'll always be able to refill my hand. It's like Beans, right? When you have like 2 Beans in play and you cast a Force Will and draw 2 cards, you feel unbeatable. Well, Nadu is like that on steroids. This other deck I got listed on here is just like this mono black Psychic Frog deck with Necrodominance, because Necrodominance and Psychic Frog are best of friends, because since you have to go down to 5, so you're like, I'll draw 14 and make this thing have 14 power or whatever it is. Plays Bloodghast and then is utilizing the Malice or whatever. Oh, that's not even in here. Yeah. I love this deck plays Force.
Malakarth Rebirth.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that this deck plays 4 Soul Spike. Like, just some jank card is so rare. It's got to be only printing.
It is a rare.
Yep, $19. It just fucking bulk cards going up in price. Love it. Oh shit. I'm trying to find that list of just the cats. Here's your control deck with Omnath, Flage, Elesh Norn. Tishana's Tiebinders are a pretty nice one because you can stop Shukos with that, so you can just like turn off the Shuko, which is really cool. Yeah,
Pretty sure you can turn off Nadu also.
if they're targeting Nadu specifically, but Nadu gives the ability to other cards.
Yeah.
So like if you go like target my Memnite with it and you try to tie bind to the Nadu, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So make sure Nadu is your last target if it helps at all. God, I'm trying to find the zoo deck. It put such a big smile on my face. I was like, oh, Wild Nikotl, Steplings.
Oh
and
yeah, Steplings, the Stepling stack. Hold on, let me see if I
Yeah.
can grab it for you.
that thing made me
'Cause it
laugh.
made me laugh a lot.
I was like, this thing fucking rules.
Dude, I played
Going
Step
back,
Links so
boys.
much in Standard.
Yeah. More.
Here, I'll send it to you in Discord. I only got a picture of it though.
Yeah.
I don't know how small that picture is either. Open it in browser. And see if you can get it.
Fucking bitch.
What are you talking about?
Why not just send them the link?
I don't
okay.
have the link. It was a
Oh.
picture that was sent to me
That's
of the
fine.
deck. And it does have the red step links in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just open in browser and then you can upsize it, Tony. If you want to look at it.
Yeah, isn't it a
Like
dog,
plus
not
on
a
it.
cat?
There you go. No, it's I guess it's an elemental dog. That's fair. That's scrappy. Well, yeah, it's 12 cats, Amped Raptor. It's just every landfall card that you can play, and yeah, running 6 to pick those things up. So you're seeing it here first. This is like,
What, dude? I want to play this. Holy cow!
Yeah, man, it
Yeah.
looks like your kind of deck. When I
It's-
saw it, I was like,
God,
dude,
this
Jeff
is
would
just
play
old
this.
Standard.
this is
Yep.
it's a zoo deck.
When
This is Boros.
Yeah.
Oh,
when
this
someone
is-
posted it in our group, I was just like, dude, is this fucking 2010? What is this?
Right, dude?
Yeah,
Oh, this is pulling at my nostalgia, dude.
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
great.
play this.
yeah, it's a solid one. You got some blue red. I'm trying to find the blue red control deck. Here's like the all in Nadu decks that are for Shuko, which I think it's a mistake, but
That's
whatever.
a lot.
Yeah, that card of multiple feels like poop. Oh, here's the deck right there. I just got this is that Goblin Bushwhacker.
Yeah.
Wrestling
Nice.
Pride. This is 5-color Zeus straight up. Holy shit! It's got Sorin. What is
Sorin.
this deck? Anyways,
This is someone that played like 15 leagues, and they were like, finally, we 5-0'd.
yeah. The biggest things that you're gonna see that have kind of pushed Grief and Orcish Bowmaster kind of out of the format is the ability to draw cards without actually drawing cards. Like exiling cards from the top of your library, not drawing cards. Nadu's stupid ability, not drawing cards. And those are the things that have kind of pushed Orcish Bowmaster so far back, like, because you can't
That's a good thing.
you can't just like beat up on people that are doing this, right? So
I mean, that's what's keeping Red Blue around, right? Because you get to still play, what's it called? The look at 3, pick 1.
4 main deck Trinisphere. Yikes.
Well, pick
Boy.
1 to exile and play until end of turn. The other one you put in your hand, and the other one you put in the bottom.
Yeah.
Expressive iteration.
Yeah, expressive iteration.
Oh yeah.
Remember when people wanted that card banned?
Dude, it's
It
well, it
got
did get
banned.
banned.
In
In 2
Pioneer.
formats.
Yeah.
No, it didn't get banned in Modern. Oh, in Pioneer, right?
Pioneer and Legacy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
High Noon's a banger.
Dude, so good.
That's a sick one. You've seen a lot of like this Boros deck. That just
Boros is popular, man.
yeah, it's a good
It's
one, man.
not burn in any way, shape, or form
No.
anymore, but it's Boros.
Oh yeah. It's weird because like the decks are starting to come out like left and right. Because the first week that this stuff was out, if you didn't have like a 6-month membership, you weren't getting any of the cards.
Yep.
And now that everybody's
And
getting
even
yours,
then.
yeah. Jesus, this unstable amulet's also been impressing a lot of people too. Yeah,
Real
it's a finisher.
The card stays exiled until you activate the amulet again, and you can cast it until you activate it again.
Oh, yeah.
Spike.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's so garbage.
But modern is
So
that
funny.
if you're a modern brewer, this is the time to like make stuff to kind of sneak and kind of into the format. The general,
Until it gets figured out.
yeah,
we
which
gotta build
In 2
ninjas.
months.
yeah, which it's gonna the Pro Tour is next week. It's the week of the 27th, so not this Saturday, but the next Saturday, and then obviously we'll be draft and then premiering the modern format. And the best teams right now, they do what's typical where they don't like showcase their decks, like they're not playing on stream, they're just playing kind of behind closed doors and testing, and then obviously using this information here to compile like, here are the 5 decks. How can we make these the best 5 decks or whatever it is? And I can't imagine like Channel Fireball is not going to be playing Ral Storm just because the ability to win on turn 2 seems ridiculous. So,
Right.
yeah. All right. Legacy. So I showed you guys that deck yesterday. And it's one of the most like absurd decks I've seen in a very long time. But
Deck.
well, not this one. The deck that is winning on turn 1 with
Oh, yeah,
Necro
mono black
Dominance.
deck.
Yeah. Well, it's not mono black. It's I
Or
guess you
black
got
blue, isn't it?
It's 5 color. But it's primarily
color.
like, yeah. See if I can find it.
It's just Dark Ritual, Necro Dominance, turn 1.
Yep. So this one plays Serum Powder, but it's got Chromox, Lotus Petal, Chancellor, so you can start the game off revealing Chancellor. Elvish Spirit Guide, Simian Spirit Guide, Necrodominance, Born Upon a Wind, 4 Cabal Ritual, 4 Dark Rit, 4 Metamorphose, 4 Pact Negation, 4 Summoner's Pact, and 4 Valakut's Awakening. And then as far as your lands, you're only playing 4 Vault of Whispers, and then you're playing 2 Beseech the Mirror and 1 Tendrils to kind of combo win, right? So how this deck wins, your entire mulliganing scheme is, can I turn 1 Necro Dominance? If not, you have to mulligan. And you, a lot of the time, can just turn 1 Necro Dominance, either by drawing the Necro Dominance or playing Vault of Whispers, Dark Rit plus a Lotus Petal, or sorry, Chromox, and then you can sack the Chromox to get Necro Dominance. The reason why you don't care about what your hand looks like is you just need to get Necro Dominance on the field, pay 19 to draw 19 cards, and then from there you will win.
Well,
the
you
game.
shouldn't say you don't care about what your hand looks like, because a lot of the time you want to try and at least have one backup counter spell or whatever, so that way you can get through, or through a days having an extra mana or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But obviously, if you watch the guy, there's a guy who made a video on it, and he mulls to 4 in one of the games and
Necro
just
Dominance.
slams Necro Dominance. And
Just
his
wins.
opponent doesn't have an answer and just draws 19 and wins the game.
Yeah.
It's like so dumb.
Yeah. Real, I don't know if about the Serum Powder version, because you get stuck with Tendrils in your hand and Serum Powder.
Yeah, you're screwed.
yeah,
you have to keep.
You have to
You
keep
have
the
2
hand.
dead cards.
You'll just have to do a natural mulligan, if you will. Yeah, so he was able to win on his end step. The way that you're winning on your end step is Born Upon a Wind, which it's blue and 1. It allows you may cast spells this turn as though they had flash. So it gives your Lotus Petals, your
Everything.
yeah,
gives
he-
everything flat. It gives everything instant speed. So
Tendrils,
you just pile
Beseech.
everything on the board. You cast your various cards that make you draw more cards,
Yep.
like Metamorphose to edit your hand, or to just
fix your colors.
get mana that matters.
Yep.
And then you Valakut Exploration or Valakut Awakening away everything that sucks.
Yeah, so you're like, I'm not like, if you end up like drawing a couple lands or Serum Powders, you're like, all right, well, Valakut Awakening. The guy was, when he was a Valakut Awakening, was just like, here's the 6 cards I need. Here's the other 13 I don't. Draw 13, and you're like, holy crap! Like,
Yeah.
just the velocity of the deck was really fun to watch. It's quick.
And you can just cast another Valakut's Awakening if you don't draw any good cards.
Yep. So the fact that it's playing 4 Pact Negation and 4 Summoner's Pact is
Funny to me. Dude, when I
absurd.
saw the Summoner's Pact in there, I'm like, for what? And I'm like, oh, right, it's just 1 free mana because you don't care. 'Cause you're not going to the next turn.
Yeah, you're just grabbing Elvish Spirit Guide or 1 Wild Cantor.
What is that sideboard card, Necrology or whatever?
I have no idea.
What card?
Additional cost of casting this pay X. Oh, it's just another Necro Dominance.
Yeah, it's like a 5 mana version of it. Well, yeah. And then it's got.
It's playing Propaganda? Oh my god, what is this
I don't
list?
see Propaganda.
Oh, I thought I saw Propaganda.
No,
it's that weird, that
Mind
one right
Reacher.
there.
That's
I
Mind
thought
Reacher,
that was...
yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was Propaganda because it looks like Propaganda art.
But it's so funny to see a lot of
Reacher.
decks like when he would go Chancellor, they're just like
lose.
they're just like island, tap Ponder, get the Ponder counter, and like try to have like Force of Will up, and then he's just like go Necro Dominance, and then they're like Force Will. He's like Pact of Negation, and they're just like scoop, like that's it. So
Yeah, it reminded me, dude, when I saw him playing, it reminded me of Super Senkai. It made me laugh so much because that's what we were doing. You would play your ley line of anticipation, and then you would play everything at instant speed and draw 1,000 cards.
I mean, honest to God, it's one of the like
It's
watching
so funny.
him turn one over and over and over, and it's just like even he was mulliganing so much, and it's just like I'm sure the deck's miserable to play in real life because you have to mulligan so much, but online it's just because you just like click, mulligan happens like right away. It just was. It's he won. He 5-0'd a league in like 50 minutes. Like it was something else. And the games don't really go beyond turn 3. He's just like he either has it or he doesn't. You know. But yeah, pretty sick deck. As far as legacy goes, I mean, JB, you've played it. You saw this Disruptor Flute deck. You said you didn't like it very much. It went 05.
I'm just dumb. Maybe I don't know how to play it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what I should be naming with Disruptor Flute. That's the
Yep.
problem. And I think if I knew, it would have went slightly better.
Mhm.
Also, my matchups were pretty. It was like 3 control decks, and I'm like, okay.
Yep.
You know, whereas like if it was Scam, you know, playing turn 1 Vexing Bauble is just like poses them completely, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't know. Partially me not being great, and partially me playing against stuff that just whomped on me.
Yeah. Oops, All Spells is kind of making a return just because you have another version. You can kind of chill out on your mana base because you have now another version of the flip land. So you have 8 of those now, so you can be mono black versus having to be multiple colors. So that's a pretty nice one.
Yeah, I saw there was a Pox list too that I was like, dude, I want to play this Pox list.
Oh,
Yeah, Urza's whatever that is, the new one.
yeah, pretty interesting.
It's
Wait,
weird.
is this a workshop?
No.
Yeah, it adds 1 mana for each Urza land you control. Wow,
Huh.
what a weird one. I think this might be a typo.
I think that was in the commander deck.
It was in the from the Brothers War, yeah. Here's your nah dude list. This is the one that's like straight up play the nomads, which, you know, kind of where this deck kind of is going to end up. I like this version better. Like the Stoneforge versions, I really don't like. And that's just because I think Stoneforge is just a poopy card. You just play straight up nomads and play the nomad, and then at instance, if this resolves at instant speed, you can draw your deck. So like, whereas the Shuko is like sorcery speed, so there is like a small area for them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Psychic Frog's been making a big one too because it's just like best friends with kind of all the grief. Yeah, well, that's your
Decks, yeah, it's a free grief deck card.
yeah. It's also just like,
And like,
yeah.
it's pretty good.
Well, it gets really big really fast.
What the hell was that card?
Which one?
Look at the right there. What is it?
That's Brazen Borrower.
Brazen Bower.
That's Brazen Bower?
Yeah, it's a
That's
special.
the
Yeah,
special
it's-
guest.
yeah, special guest.
Yeah. More of this, more of this, more of this. Yeah. But Legacy's kind of been shook up, which is nice. You know, it's always great to see kind of the world changing in Legacy. Nothing too crazy, but Psychic Frog is just being able to also exile like cards from your graveyard to stop cards like Surgical Extraction from existing are really, really big too.
Also an alternative option when you fill your graveyard and you don't have a Murktide, you get to just buff that. Or
Yep.
you give that guy flying and get in.
Oh yeah, and then sometimes your hand's stuck with like Atraxas and Archons. You're just like, all right, pitch these two. That's always nice. Oh, yeah, you can just keep seeing this thing pop up over and over. Psychic Frog, baby. Damn, dude. Look at this. Here's a blue-red Delver deck with 4 Psychic Frogs.
Yep.
Fucking
Yeah, people are trying it out too. You got to remember that.
I've avoided that psychic frog.
Murktide Region's best friend is Psychic Frog because you exile 3 cards from your graveyard and your Murktide goes from like
I
a
saw
7/7.
that. I like kind of want to buy Underground Sea now.
Yeah.
This show says you only need 2,
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah,
and you can get them for like 500.
yeah. Legacy's booming.
Just sell out of an EDH deck. Which EDH deck should I sell out of?
Uh,
Probably the Lara Croft one because that one sucks, but that one's just like I want to keep it together
Shieldred.
because I like that deck. All right, Shieldred's also like I like that deck too.
yeah.
That's the problem. I don't have any deck that I want to sell out of.
All right. On to the next thing, which is Assassin's Creed.
Ooh, I want the Excalibur for the Lara Croft deck.
You like my tiny altar with the Galta holding the Excalibur?
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
It's like, oh, look at all this power Galta's gained.
I don't like. I got the like colossal Dreadmaw equipment in Modern Horizons 3, like a foil one or whatever, and I was like thinking about putting it in dinosaurs, and I was like, no, this card's bad.
It's really bad. It's just for the memes. So if you
Right.
enjoy it, then but yeah. So, some of the spoilers they've been showing is like desynchronization. If you're an Assassin's Creed fanboy, this is the set for you. I just don't know. That was a game that was,
I don't know who's like, dude, Assassin's
I've never
Creed
played
is
it.
my favorite game.
dude. It was mass produced. Yeah.
My roommate has an
I have it.
Assassin's Creed tattoo.
Does
I
he?
have a couple of them that I got for
So-
free with like my graphics card or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing about Assassin's Creed is it's actually a good target audience because the old games like are nostalgic for boomers. Like, oh, I remember when this game came out. Like maybe I'll see like Ezio and stuff like that, or even
Yeah.
Connor from 3. And then it's also appealing to new people because like the way the games have developed, it's now target audience is like the younger generation where they like get to massively explore. So then now you're bringing in those people also.
Sure. Okay. I've only played the first one and maybe the second one. I know I played the first one for sure. And I just the game was
The
kind
third
of,
one was the last one I played, and that's during like the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, it's a good game. But yeah, you have Excalibur, which is a pretty memey card. It's 12 mana for legendary artifact equipment. The spell costs X less, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents you control. So your commander artifacts, so artifact legendaries and sagas are historic. And then it gives equip creature plus 10 plus O and vigilance, and you can only equip to legendary creature for 2 mana. So with Galta, Galta costs, essentially it's a 12 mana card, makes this card cost 0. You can attach to Galta. Now you have a 22 12 trampling Galta with vigilance. So I thought that was fun.
One shot, baby.
Yeah. Cool card. Feels worse than like someone's like, yeah, you can. Oh yeah, by the way, Assassin's Creed legal and modern.
Yep.
So
Heck yeah.
yeah,
So I get to play Excalibur on someone you.
someone's
So,
like,
so your new goal is you have to
Hang on.
Stone Forge
That-
for
that-
Excalibur and actually win.
yeah,
That sort of Light and Shadow, the art on that is so good.
did I miss it?
No,
No, we just haven't gotten to it
I
yet.
haven't gotten to it yet.
A whole bunch of cards are coming out. Like, I like the hardest part about the set. It's all the art looks like Assassin's Creed, so it's really hard to decipher anything. It's like, oh, what is this? Oh, this is this. Oh, what is? Oh,
The art
what
is not
this?
very memorable.
No, it's kind of generic as it goes. There are some people complaining. By that I mean Saffron Olive, looking at you, dude, complaining about the free running ability, which says either an assassin or a commander creature deals damage. You get to do the free running ability, and they've made a super cultivate that's like an auto include for every single green deck, which caused like this chain reaction of people saying like commander is starting to be homogenized. Bro, it was homogenized like 7 years ago. Like
What green one are you talking about?
It's a 5 mana search for 3 basics, put 2 in play, 1 in your hand, but you can free run it for
View
green
points,
and
yeah.
2.
yeah. So
I mean, I was
Yeah.
talking with someone recently about it,
Card's bad.
about EDH or whatever, and
Right.
it's funny because they pointed to the creation of like EDH Rec as the point where they thought that EDH went downhill
yeah.
because it suddenly became
They
let's go look
mainstreamed
up. Yep, let's go look up decks. Those lists have these 30 cards in them because they're great,
Yeah.
and every deck plays those 30 cards.
yeah.
And when that started happening and everyone just started going to like EDH Rec or whatever for easy
Mhm.
suggestions, all the decks became the same stuff. And then it feeds into that recommendation because suddenly the, 300,000 people who go look and make decks or whatever, 10,000 people who go make like a fairies deck are not playing this trash fairy card, but they're all playing the good ones, that's going to show up on the list of like 79% of decks play this. You should play this.
Yep.
And it just feeds into that, like, it's just a feedback loop of like making homogenized decks for all colors, and it's
Yeah.
boring. Bad.
So
That's
people-
why my buddy over at Bonnaroo told me that he likes what I've been doing with my EDH decks.
yeah, just build them and put them off to the side and just call it a day.
No. Like I build like with like a theme
Yeah.
or whatever, rather than building like.
Well, that's the
Decks.
problem is
I mean, you
even-
could do that. You
even-
could go look that up on EDH Rec,
I was
and I'm
about to say-
sure the list wouldn't be that far off. Though.
I was about to say, even then, you could be like, I'm gonna go look up my fairies
You will
theme.
not find my 65 forest deck anywhere.
I'll give you that.
I'll give you that one, but I'm
Sure.
sure if you look
But I
up
bet you the
a
Dino deck
dinosaur
that you have
commander-
would have a ton of those cards that you play.
Yeah, you're
in
probably
it.
like 6 or 10 cards off of like any other list, but like your core 90 are the same, right?
So like I think the dinosaur deck I'll give you like because
No, it's
like
just that's
there's-
the way it is.
because there's like even though like the stipulation is it has to be a dinosaur, there's only like
50 good
100
ones.
dinosaurs. Yeah, there's only like 100.
Do you
dinosaurs.
play
So, like-
spells in there that are not dinosaurs?
Yes.
Yeah, well, like that. Yeah.
Like what?
Like I play like lurking predators,
Cultivate.
heroic
stuff like
intervention.
that.
Listen, if it's
cultivate.
got a dino on the art, I don't care. If it doesn't have a dino on the art and it's
I
not
like- I-
dinosaur
that's why I
related, get
have,
that
like,
shit
the-
out of that deck.
That's why I have like Finalia Devastation in there. The
Yeah.
cultivate I have in there is from the precon, so it's got like the dinosaur flowers, not dinosaurs, I guess.
I accept it.
I
Right.
don't get that out of there.
But but if you looked up dinosaur decks, I'm sure there'd be like lists that'd be very similar. Same
Very
with the
similar.
like thing with your like Shieldred deck.
I don't think Shieldred. I think my Shieldred deck is different from most Shieldred's decks.
I still think you would have more than a 60 or 70%.
Only because like I have
match.
a lot of all the.
Overlap, yeah.
That's where I put all my fast mana.
Well, like your fast mana, you're also putting in like you have Orborg in there and stuff like that, which are all like staples for like mono black decks.
I think like when my first built my Shieldred deck, you would be correct. But if you looked at my Shieldred deck now compared to most Shieldred decks, out and like excluded the fast mana, my deck would look very different.
I love how I turned this into an EDH conversation. This is great.
No, that's what it is.
well-
The
Well,
other
like
thing,
we're just talking, like it's true, like because like
It
EDH is get like yes, it was
homogenized.
homogenized for
been.
like a while now, but it's even worse. Like I didn't even think that was possible, but now it's literally just being printed everywhere. Like
Well, and again, that's
when's the
that's
last
where-
time we had a set that didn't include an EDH card? Can you remember?
My Dragon's Approach deck. Most people use a different commander.
Okay.
Sure.
So that's
anyways.
where
And like,
That's where I'm
well, like,
coming
'cause I
from
wanted to play
is-
the companion. I wanted
is-
to play the companion or whatever.
Yeah.
the other thing to remember is that when people used to put their EDH decks together, it was just what
What they
rares.
had.
Yes, what rares, uncommons, and mythics do I have laying around that are trash or
Right,
commons?
what's
You
in
know,
my
whatever.
trade binder,
that
'cause
I've
you
had.
You couldn't. Like the finding a place that would buy your bulk, like back in the
Was
day, was
never.
like unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just like I'll just make a deck out of these and like kind of make a theme out of the junk I got in my binder or from like past. I want to relive my standard days of playing, Exalted, so I'm just
God,
gonna
I
pick
do that
out
shit all
all
the
my
time.
Exalted cards.
It's people
I-
like Tony that make the game fucking sweaty.
Hell no, dude. It's not me. I rock Woolly Thoctor on my Naya EDH deck. Like I love
Maybe
that.
like,
deck.
alright,
I have
so,
never
like,
actually
not
looked
you
up
in
a list.
particular. Like,
No,
in
I know what you
commander,
meant.
but,
I
like,
got it.
It's like the people with your mentality and 60 card that are pulling it into commander as
Well,
well.
also-
I don't believe that at all because the 60 card people used to play were the people who would play standard, have a bunch of trash, and would go, I'm playing this trash. I want something to do with it.
But you're missing
Exactly.
the point. The point is that it's the sweaty person who wants to win, even though it's a casual format.
Yep,
or
I agree with
whatever,
that.
is what's happening, and it's like that same sweaty person is the same sweaty person that is like
You're missing the
You're
point, Josh.
recommending
It's that
fast.
everyone normally just doesn't want to think about it. They don't want to look through cards. They just want to go get a list that has a chunk of cards that they can grab that have a theme that they then buy, and now everyone is playing that chunk of cards.
Yeah. So
Like on one side, like
Casually
yes,
or not.
yes, on one point, yes, that's like a bad, like the bad part about it. But on the other side, like, what are we supposed to do with it? Like, we gather the information. Like,
yeah,
it's just the consequence of like the game being 30 years old. If really,
yeah. But if you
what
started
it is.
playing EDH 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you don't have a vast knowledge of stuff, so you're just gonna find something to improve your deck, or the people around you are going to make suggestions of, hey, your deck is green. Have you heard of Into the North? You should play an Into the North. Or have you heard of Cultivate? It's like, or Kodama's Reach. It's the same exact cards. Why not play 2 copies of it? And you're like, yeah, I love when I play Cultivate. So I
There's a
want.
third one. It's called you
There's
happen
like
upon
6.
you happen upon a glade.
Yeah,
And like, there's definitely been times I've been at stores and I've seen like new players playing EDH, and I've gone through my binder and just given them cards that I know are good for like their style. Like, you know, because like there are a lot of good EDH cards that are just cheap.
yeah,
Like Cultivate is like a
Right.
10-cent card or some shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Hopefully free.
Like I've done it in Legacy too. I watched a red player not play Fire Blast, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I handed him 4 Fire Blasts. But
yeah,
yeah, like it just happens. Like I get that, but like it also just doesn't help that like staple level cards are being printed constantly.
That too. Yeah, power.
Like
Creep is
it's
real.
not that like we're making EDH that way. It's almost forced. Like yes, it involves like the competitive aspect of people, but like nothing feels worse than sitting down with trash and playing against like 3, like, well, we'll say a 7 because that's the magic number, and just like not being able to play the game.
yeah.
And then Wizards is like, hold on, we'll help you. Let's print some more Avenger level threat cards that are cheaper that you have to play in these colors. And it's just going to keep happening because like you can't step back because then the cards just don't get played.
Yep, that's fair. Well, also it's your product that you're pushing, that is physical product, needs to be Commander, because Commander players are the ones that go out and buy product now. You know.
Yep.
And they don't
It's-
want to depower their decks ever. It's
No.
rare that a person opens the pack and goes, "Well, I'm not going to play this good card that I know will go well in my deck."
Yeah.
It's like, no, they're going to put it in there.
Well,
Yeah.
that's like people complain about every format and how Wizards is like, you know, power creep, power creep, power creep, but like, and everyone says like, oh, they should step back, but it's never going to happen because it's not going to make the format any better. The only format that can ever really do that is Standard, and with a 3-year rotation, it's going to take 3 years for that format to ever like calm down, and that's not going to happen.
They're gonna backtrack on that 3-year rotation soon.
Do you think they're gonna go
100%.
down
I
2
actually
years?
think it's a good idea. Like, I know it sucks with cards like Shieldred. Like, people hate playing against it, but Shieldred's not even that good right now in Standard.
I still think they backtrack it.
Going to 2 years.
Or yeah,
Okay. I mean, that's what it always was. Right now, I think their biggest thing for Standard, because Modern, you're not getting any new, like, you're not getting any money out of Modern players, right? Or they're just not spending money. Legacy players, same exact deal. They're spending very few. They're not buying
Modern
packs.
Horizons just came out, bud.
I know,
Yeah,
but
it's once every like
hell
2
of a lot
or
of
3
people
years.
buying.
Yep. Whereas they're on a every 2.5 months they got to release something, and every time they release something, it needs to try to beat the Lord of the Rings set, and that's why IPs are being attached to everything now. Is how many new players? Like
I
how many?
love it.
Yeah, like how many new players can we get to play Magic? Oh, that's Assassin's Creed. That's pretty widespread. Oh, people probably love this Mjolnir. This card sucks, by the way. I don't even know like what the hell this got to do with anything. Like Socrates, like how many people can we get in there? They tried that with the Doctor Who, and the Doctor Who kind of just flopped. Nobody really liked Doctor Who, but like they'll probably like I can't imagine because the core.
Dude, I'm ready to. I have a notification for when that Miku set goes on for Secret Lair.
Okay.
I'm gonna go buy that one.
The only
Yeah,
way.
that-
Sorry, I was
you're
gonna say the only way this set really truly flops if people aren't willing to risk, or if they overcharge for the cost of it, because it's going to be another Aftermath set. There's only, I think it's 8 cards in a pack, and that includes a basic land.
Oh, I thought this was draftable.
No.
Oh, this is
It's like-
queefs.
8-card
Yeah.
pack.
Yeah, it's gonna be 8 card packs, and that's including a basic land.
These are fucking miserable, dude. Man.
Also, Tinfoil Hat, the whole purpose of play boosters like I feel like it's not even tinfoil hat anymore, but like draft boosters weren't selling before because no one was really drafting in paper. And how do you get commander players to buy boxes? You put commander
Yep.
deck cards in the set or packs, and that's why play boosters exist.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Because
yeah.
in draft and sealed, not, like I swear it's like 80% of the time you open a commander card, it's unplayable. You're like, this isn't even an extra bomb. Like, I can't do anything with this.
Right.
You know what? I like that, and I only say that because have you ever played old draft formats like Odyssey, where like
On Moto,
Yeah, like,
when
like-
it popped up, yeah.
yeah, like old draft sets. There's a lot of unplayables that like
Yeah.
you sometimes only end up with 19 like cards, and you're like, here's 4 bulk cards that like
Yeah, like, what's
super
the set
situated.
that's all creatures?
Legions.
Legions.
Yeah,
That one's pretty bad, too.
Yeah, it's a
You end
rough
up,
one.
like, having to play, like, I've had to splash for creatures before. Like,
I've had
just,
to play
I
like
gotta
Reign of
play
Mercy
something.
before, where it's like
Yep.
5 mana, gain 7 life. You're like, like, this does something. Like it's not good. Yeah. So,
Did
Yeah,
you pull
it's-
up the sword yet?
yeah, I did. I went through it. Here I'll go down to it again. Oh, it's this one. Legend Shadow.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's art is so sick.
It's fucking clean. I'm not gonna
It's
disagree
like
with
the
that.
Guru
Sorry.
art. It's like 2024 Guru art.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Isn't there a Feast of Famine on here,
Yeah,
too?
right here. It's poopy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with this
I
hook.
like that one.
It's
It's a scythe.
It's a sword dog. I don't like it. I know there's like a scimitar, but yeah, that's poopy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not crazy
So-
about this.
Okay.
Why did they pick these pain lands? Or canopy lands? Because these are the same ones that were in Doctor Who.
Were they? I don't remember them being in Doctor Who.
I have a Sunbay Canyon.
Yep,
from
I believe
Doctor
you.
Who.
All right,
there's a Fire Lily Islet too.
who fucking knows?
They
Yeah.
roll a dice.
So
Aren't there 3 missing?
Yes.
Are-
there's 4,
We only have
4,
5. We only have
6.
There's 6 of them.
There's only one allied one, and we're missing 4 of the what's it called ones.
The allied ones. 4 allied ones.
Yeah,
because we have Canopy itself, and then these
Yeah.
5.
that's where these get the names from, obviously. But
Yeah.
there's nothing in this here. The only card I actually liked a lot, and I think this is a cool EDH card, is do you guys see what Smoke Bomb does?
Is that the
Yeah,
one
but
that puts the
You
3
did
cards
post
face
it in
down?
chat.
No.
It's like mad.
no, it's not.
I like
not,
the magical hats card.
There is a magical hats card, which is really cool. I like that one too. Let me find the Smoke Bomb card. I thought that card was just here, the coolest card ever. You for 3 mana, it's got Flash Artifact. All creatures have Shroud, so your opponent's stuff that was equipped loses all their equipment. And at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Smoke Bomb. When you do, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. So it's just like a fucking.
So awesome.
This card
bro.
rules, man. I was like, all creatures have Shroud. Oh, the best. Just ruin every aura player or whatever. You're just like, bleh, Shroud. Like, no, just. And that brought a smile to my face because I was like, oh, I thought it was only
Wait,
your
is
creatures.
that how that actually works?
Yeah.
No,
Is
I
it
don't think
only
is.
auras? Because I
don't
thought with
think
equip,
I don't think it. I don't. I
Or
think,
maybe I'm
I
thinking
Oh,
don't think it
protection.
needs-
you're
Yeah,
thinking
I
protection
don't
because
think
you can equip Greaves onto a creature that already has equipments on it, and they don't fall off.
Oh,
It'll
f-
blank.
yeah.
It'll blank your. Oh, what's its face though? Nadu.
Yeah, you can't. You're
Yeah.
like, Smoke Bomb, Nadu. All right, I thought it worked differently. Either way, I like the idea of them going to equip something and be like, Smoke Bomb,
Yeah, got him.
your creature's got Shroud. You can't do shit.
No, I saw magical hats, and I thought of the card magical hats, or I forgot what it's actually called, but
Yeah, it's something like that.
it you like take a creature, put it face down, and grab the top 2 cards of your library, and you like mix them up,
Yeah, and then
and they're manifested or whatever.
yeah. Or disguise.
cloaked.
Yeah, cloaked, whatever the fuck it's called. What a shit mechanic. Yeah, nothing here is too crazy. We have another Wrath effect that people are gonna play. How many Wraths are we up to? 50? Can we build the deck that's like 50,
Too many.
50 Wraths yet?
Saffron Olive did it.
Did he?
Was it like he played a constructed deck, and it was like I think like 40 wraths or something like that.
Guess what we're doing? Boom.
Dude, you just play Sunfall and you win. So like
That's the best one. That's the god tier one.
that
Alright.
one and Farewell.
Oh yeah. Do I have anything else on today's list? Oh yeah, the classic. Everybody's been yelling at me. Packs versus singles. I'm a packs guy. No more singles for me. Everyone's like,
I'm actually a PAX guy, but
yeah, I love packs.
it's wrong. I will tell you right now, it's wrong.
Everyone's like, you
but I
fucking
still do
idiot.
it.
My argument's been, okay, then who's opening the packs to get the singles, dipshit? They're like, let stores. I'm like, well, stores are successful, and I want to be successful, so I'm buying boxes. And they're just like, you fucking idiot. I just had people
feel
just yelling at me. It's so fucking funny.
The only one on the cast I feel that doesn't buy boxes is JB.
Yep. Nope. Never will.
He used to. We used to love that shit. Don't if trades were back
Yeah,
in
that's how
if
you
trades,
start a collection.
if trades were back in action, he'd be buying boxes.
Oh, 100%.
But the trade games are dead. Because
Yep.
you could
Dead as a
Dude.
doorknob.
yeah.
JB, we just have to start going to every FNM, and me and you will just trade publicly every time, and
Just
it'll entice
between us
and it'll
people.
entice other people to start bringing binders.
Trade each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a
you
nice
gotta trick
binder.
them, bro.
I got some
Bro,
cute.
he just
stuff.
traded me this foil polluted Delta.
Who did?
Big.
For
I mean, we.
Oh,
You know, me and Stu had a big trade like that where a bunch of people were like,
Oh
fucking
yeah,
hyped
when you
up about
traded
it.
the beta Taiga,
yeah, that's
for a bunch of stuff.
You guys were trading real
I
stuff
know.
though.
I was trying to get you to pick up the plateau. Remember?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we can go right into
And a foil skull or a foil flooded strand.
it's been a
Old
couple
Warrior, too,
weeks
that I
since
had,
we've done this, but rank the cycle or not the cycle.
Oh,
where,
shit.
where are we on?
The keywords.
Yeah, dude, I gotta find
I
it.
know we did Lorwyn.
Yeah, Lorwyn.
I don't know if we got through all of it though.
We might have keywords.
Or Lorwyn block, I should say. Because there's like a bunch. I
Where the
remember
fuck-
doing champion.
Bro, I hate Microsoft's like search bar. It's so stupid.
Why? It's easy.
No, because it goes to like a website. It's like I want my search bar to look at my fucking computer. If I want to go look at shit online, I'll go to Google. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Where were we?
All right, man.
Oh man, we are. Oh shit, we're in. I think we're in charge of Alara. Let me verify
Roll up
that.
a little.
I have. That's a.
You've gone full circle, Tony.
Oh shit. What am I missing here? Okay. There we go. All right. So, yeah, we're in shards. We went through all of we went through all of Lorwyn.
I like how it just says John's mechanic. And
Oh, we gotta do
Dan's
even.
Mechanic.
We gotta do eventide. Whoops. Oh, that's
Yeah,
just.
why
key
aren't
notes.
they separated by?
They're separated by year, but because like it's it's separated by year and then it's alphabetical, and technically like so Lorwyn came out in 2007 and then 2008 came like this stuff, like so it's not really that way. So the way I was doing it, I had it separated by where it has no rankings on it, where it's blank. That's why we're up here. And what I'll do from here is I'll just go to 2008, and that'll leave us here. Because the calendar year always changes over in the middle of a set. So we left off on. We didn't do what the hell is reinforce. That's the next one from Morningtide. All right, let's go to Scryfall. Actually, I need to go
What'd you
to
screw up?
Real good, bro. You ready for this ability?
reinforce. Do you know what it
What
does?
ability?
Does anybody know what
No,
reinforce
don't.
is?
Yeah. Wait, is that the one where you can
It's
the
like
cards all have a
discard.
reinforce and you can pay and it puts counters?
Yeah, you discarded to put
Yes.
a counter on it.
Yeah.
Re-
Yeah, there's a card in Modern Horizons 3 with it. It's the bird getting punched in the face and the eyeballs are coming out.
Or it's reinforced. Oh yeah. All right. It's got 10 cards total and reinforced. Here are all of them.
Yeah, there it is. Foul strike.
Yeah, Fall Strike. That card's so fucking funny.
Ren's Run Hydro was in the cube for a little bit.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The only
All
card
right,
I
so
know
hear
that was
me out.
playable was the Kithkin one.
This is an S. It's just free. You stapled onto a card.
No.
No, this is terrible. Are you kidding? Come on, it's a fucking D. Well,
It's so bit.
I think it's a C because like it's whatever. Like I don't think it has a downside, but there's not enough cards to make it like a B or an A.
I just give it a straight D. I've
Just
never seen.
careful with it. I think the good side with it is like, or the upside is like a channel card.
Yeah, isn't it? It's just channel for counters.
Yeah.
Like all it does is put counters.
It's way worse than that. Yeah. It did get played in a constructed deck though.
The
Kids
white
getting-
land, right?
It just got a singular copy. You played it. It was because you had 4 Wimber Skites and one, and then you couldn't really afford any more like shitty lands.
Yeah.
I'm okay with.
I mean,
C.
Fall Strike sees play and
Meme
draft.
decks. All right, we're gonna give it. We're gonna go through all of 2008 today.
All right, Retrace.
Retrace is a good one.
Retrace is decent.
Oh yeah.
Raven's Crime is good.
Ren's
Worm
ultimate.
Harvest is good.
Ren's ultimate's
Yeah,
good.
Ren's Ultimate.
Ren's Ultimate. Yeah.
6 has it also.
Yup. I think it's a decent ability. It's like a B. It's
So,
like usable. It gives your bad draws good
is
good.
there
longevity.
there's 15 cards total with Retrace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just named like 3.
Thank you.
Those are the only ones I can tell you. Because
This is the one they put into
there-
every single EDH deck.
Yep.
Call the
what is that
Skybreaker.
garbage.
It's the first one that everybody cuts.
Sens Enlistment used to see play. Flame Jab saw play.
Flame
It
Jab
said
is good.
Raven's Crime and Worm Harvest. Flame Jab, yeah, that
Yeah,
one
that
too.
one too.
Worm Harvest.
Oh, Throws
Chaos
of
too.
Chaos is great.
Yeah.
I love that card.
I didn't even know I had.
Let me tell you, I played the hell out of that card.
All
Waves
right.
of Regression did too.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
some decent retry. I think it's like a B. It's not crazy good, but
This
it
ain't
gives.
bad at all. This is a pretty solid one, dude.
That card
Like-
used to see play too.
And
I mean, if
like,
you want to take Retrace as the ability on its own without including the cards, it's like an A lower S because it just gives cards that have it the ability to be cast for trash draws of lands.
Yeah.
So every time you brick on
Yes,
a
but-
land, you suddenly have the ability to cast a good card instead.
Yeah.
We're taking it as an encapsulation of what
We haven't
Retrace
done this.
does,
We
not
haven't did
what
this.
it's
We haven't
attached.
done this before.
Yes, we have.
No.
Yes, we
No,
have.
we haven't.
100%.
No, because
Because
then
you were mad about Glacial Chasm, and that has
Cumulative upkeep.
cumulative upkeep, and you fucking hated cumulative upkeep.
yeah, it got a D. It didn't get an F. That's why, because we took consideration of that one card.
Of the stapled on abilities, I don't know.
We
You guys have been up and down on that.
no, we haven't. It's been consistent
it-
since the beginning.
It's fucking like the wind. It's one day it's blowing this way, one day it's the other way.
Bro,
I agree because there's plenty of cards that
Hold on.
argue that the ability is good. The cards that exist just aren't great.
yes, that's part of the argument. We can't. Any card could be good. I could be like, Retrace. This card says win the game when you cast it. Boom. Retrace is the best ability we've ever heard of. Oh, a reinforce. When you reinforce this creature, you win the game. Oh, guess fucking S tier. Duh.
No,
We can't.
That's not what Reinforce does.
Well, it does now because I just did. It said-
Retrace says cast a card for a land.
yes,
That's what it does.
And this
Which is
fictitious
And
card.
it's
pretty
kinda
good.
cool.
Let me just make up a card on MTG Custom Card Maker. Oh, when you retrace this card, you win the game. Oh, okay, we got it.
Stop using win the game,
S
you
tier.
asshole.
S tier. We're not doing this.
That's why I said it's A. It's A.
It's not.
It's A.
I'll give you
it's A.
B.
instead, you should do target player loses the game.
Yeah, target player loses the game. Even better.
A.
I'd give it a B.
Hold on.
Say.
Cumulative upkeep does not have an F. You understand that, right? Because we use context of Glacial Chasm. What the fuck are you talking
Like
about?
I said, it's like every week you guys change.
it doesn't
on your
fucking
opinion.
change. It's been that
I'm
way.
saying you
100%.
guys, bro.
You're the
You
one that
all,
did
all
the
of you,
everyone.
everybody.
the one.
No, the only one who doesn't care is Josh because he knows when I bring this up, it just creates chaos and he loves it.
It's
So
fucking
he's
made
like,
up.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. What do we? I'll give you a B
You
on
can't
retrace.
change Tony's mind. Tony has what he wants to put in there already, and it's gonna be there.
You have to change. Like, there's
Dude, the funniest part is, you know what happens? He goes into the spreadsheet. It's just a hidden value. He just clicks the button to reveal it instead of typing it in. He knows what it's gonna be every
who
time.
me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, probably.
Nobody's allowed except me.
I'm the one who does this. Okay.
You guys all think it's A. I think it's B. We're gonna go look. Revealed B.
All right, what's next?
All right, we got Wither from Shadowmoor.
I'd call that a B too. Pretty good.
I think that's an A.
See, the
What do
thing
you
that
think,
sucks-
Tony?
I gotta look at the cards that exist. I need to care
Just
about
gotta
it.
look at what you put down.
I always go to
It's all about
Scryfall.
context, huh? All-
It is. It is. It always has been. Bogart Ramgate was a
Wither is
relevant card
gives -1/-1s, right?
as his
Barnet
damage.
Ram
Yeah.
Gang is here
See,
for the
what
green
I don't
dragon.
understand is why didn't they give that card, the red card that when you deal damage with spells, it gives -1/-1 counters? Why didn't they just give it Withers? Your spell has. your
He's
spell
talking
have
about
Wither.
Yeah, Soulscar Mage.
Yeah. Why didn't they give Soulscar Mage
Yeah, so they were
the Wither ability? I hate that.
Yes.
Because it should be in here.
Yeah, so they brought this up a while back, and this is when I used to listen to Mark, whatever his name.
The Drive
Yeah.
to Work podcast.
Yeah, I used to listen to that, and during that
Wow.
time frame was they didn't want. It's like why there's cards that are Metalcraft but don't say Metalcraft. They didn't want people to get confused with keywords, in sets that they were like, well, we did like they have a card that has Metalcraft that
There's
just
only a
says
single card that does it.
yeah. So that's why they didn't do it. But now
I
they
get it. I
they've
hate it,
changed.
though.
Now they've changed their stance on that. They're just like, fuck it. We'll just call back to whatever ability we need to. And that
Yeah.
that applies to like standard sets too. It's just like
So I would include Soul Scar Mage in this list, for sure.
What's it, Massacre Girl?
Yeah, Massacre Girl too.
she,
Well,
does she have Wither?
No, the new
No.
one. The new one
she does
literally
not
says
Wither.
the new one literally says Wither.
Oh, it does. It
Yes,
gives-
the
okay.
new one.
I'll
Yeah.
just, let me. Okay, so
There's a difference between put -1/-1 counter on versus damage dealt by thing gives
Yeah,
-1/-1.
that's fair. I give you that.
And that's why I don't. What does that one say? I
It just
can't
gives
read
it gives creatures Wither, and that like see like the,
Creatures you control have Wither.
Yeah, so
not
like-
other creatures. It has Wither.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
like it.
So
what-
also in the
it's,
list.
It's a callback. Like and they started doing that again versus being confused, right?
Yeah.
So like
But
that's in there.
whatever. So I'd call it like a B. Soul Scar Mage
Also,
is good.
Soulscar Mage couldn't say Wither.
Why not?
Why?
It says if a source you control
No.
will deal
Give-
It
non-combat
says you control have
damage
Wither. It
to
could
a
say
creature an opponent controls, put a -1/-1. So
I
that
guess
refers to
it's-
instant
yeah, 'cause it's
sorceries,
not-
creatures,
Yeah,
artifacts.
yeah.
It
I
could
guess it
say
is
spells
tricky.
You control have Wither. It
Yeah,
could say
well,
that.
no, because I was thinking that too. But if you have a creature that taps to ping for 1 outside of combat, that also gives it
Yes.
-1/-1. That's the problem. So I guess, okay, I take it back. It's a really weird distinction. Because I was thinking of it the same way that Josh was saying, was like instants and sorceries you control have Wither.
Yeah,
Right.
But
They
it's
can give
more
they,
than
they-
that.
they can give you instant sorceries.
I know, but what I'm talking about Soul Scar Mage, so
Oh,
it
yeah,
is
that-
not
yeah,
a Wither
Not
card.
be the same
Gotcha.
card.
Okay. All right.
So I'll take back my bitching about Soul
You
Scar
could
Mage
have it
not
where
having Wither.
damage you control is damage is dealt. in-
Non-combat damage is no, because then it would just be spelling out Wither, but not Wither.
You guys played standard during this time. The only card that I recognize is Bogart
Is
Ramgate.
Bogart Ramgang?
Yeah, that's because it was like Bloodbraid into that.
I
I feel like
versus
the
ones.
spider was okay.
I played the dragon, but that's because I was bad back then.
Thornwell Archer, third
I remember
Thornwell
drafting and
Archer,
playing. with the spider.
Necroskater saw play.
Thornwell Archer.
Oh yeah, you're right. This didn't see play.
Luna's Gate Warden saw play.
Yep.
Yeah,
Whoa, what a weird card.
Thornwell
I
Archer.
think I got it in my Fairy ZDH.
Yeah.
I told you I play bad cards in my EDHs. I don't care.
All
It's,
right, all right. Stigma Lasher, did that one see play?
Single Lasher
That-
saw play
that's
for
a
a
good
little
one.
bit.
That was the card. That was the one.
Yeah.
That was in the RDW deck.
Yeah, players can't
With,
gain life for the rest of the game. Holy shit, what a
with the-
clause.
With the Demigod of Revenge.
Yep.
Dude, I was hoping that there was gonna be a Demigod of Revenge deck.
Dick dog.
From there's the Buried Alive, and then you can Demigod. And I was like, is this fucking possible? It's not modern strength though. That's unfortunate, but yeah, I'll give it a B. I don't know. You said B. B sounds right.
Seems fine.
Fucking okay.
Because to be fair, the only reason Bogart saw play was
Oh my
because
garbage.
of
Blood
4
Ray
mana
Elf.
health.
Yeah. Does anybody know what kinship does?
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a tribal thing. You can reveal a spell or whatever the top card of your library, and if it's the same, yeah.
All right, so at the beginning of your upkeep, you may look
I
at the top
played
card
that.
of your library. If it shares a creature type with this card, it does a thing. Okay.
I played the Tree Folk deck.
The elf one saw play for a little bit, and the goblin one, I want to say the black goblin.
I don't know of any of these cards. I've
Or
never seen these in
green.
my life.
Sorry, the red goblin.
The
This one.
Tree
The
Folk
morning
man,
tide one.
don't fucking hate on the Tree Folk.
Which,
I was good with
this
that
one?
deck.
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
the top one. That one.
Yeah, but that was the homebrew.
Oh shit, this card is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Card's busted. And then you put the all the Tree Folk in there. And then you have like the O3 that tutors up a Tree Folk, and then you have the other one that has power and toughness equal to the number of forests and Tree Folk you have.
Is Tree of Redemption?
That was not out in the set.
No, I know, but
I don't
is
think-
that a
Timber
tree folk?
Protector.
No, it's a plant. Get fucked.
You need Timber Protector.
So what's even the best tree folk?
Timber Protector.
Is it just a 2/10?
That's in Lorwyn, I think.
Yeah, it's just the
Timber. Timber. Protector. Nope, not on here. There it is. On the left. That guy.
What is that card?
this card rules. I would totally play this because you could
Hang on, we're talking back in Lorwyn standard, bro. This card was busted.
bust it. Come
That
on.
card was not busted in
Bro.
Lorwyn,
4/6 for 5 with a trash ability. Get out of here.
I love lords that exist back then. Like they're just so shit.
What was the 3-mana one?
You say
was-
that,
Doran.
You say that.
Dungrove Elder.
but I want you to
was that one
remember
the tree folk?
the best lord that's
Not Duran.
existed.
Dungrove?
Dungrove Elder.
That came on like
I
M13.
can't remember if is he an elemental.
No, it's a tree folk.
Ah, he is a tree folk. Nice.
Dude, you forget that Lord of Atlantis came out in the original beta, and that is
Didn't
a
Goblin King
good
also?
lord. Goblin King's okay.
Yeah, I mean that's where the word.
Lord of
That's where the,
Atlantis giving Highland
all
Walk.
right, I'm
is
gonna
crazy.
give. I call this is a D ability. This thing sucks. Like,
100%
yeah.
is bad. Is at best a D. At best. Best
Yeah,
case scenario.
it's a fucking rough one.
Only because the cards that exist.
All right, what about Chroma?
That's another. That's like a F.
Color based ability.
It's like that was like the precursor to devotion.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Chroma.
It's like precursor to.
There's
devotion.
one card everybody
no,
knows.
it was like there's the white mana board wipe has Chroma, and it says destroy all non-white creatures.
This is the only one that anybody ever knows. Is this one?
Yep.
What does it do?
It's got 6 green symbols for Nykthos. That's it.
Yeah, but what is the Chroma ability?
Yeah, so it's
It's literally just devote.
It's
like,
devotion.
The precursor to devotion.
yeah.
It's a devotion ability. It's an ability with devotion equal to whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
but for whatever reason, it's like
Like
That's
there's one
pretty-
each creature you control gets +1/+1
So why
for
didn't
each
they stay
white
with
mana
Chroma?
symbol.
Huh?
Why didn't they stay with Chroma instead of Devotion?
there's a problem with
'Cause
it.
that doesn't fit the flavor of Theros.
Because
I hate
these are also, aren't they based? So all of them, not all of them count all devotion. Like the white one says they get +1/+1 for each white mana symbol in their cost.
Yeah,
So it's different than devotion slightly.
yeah.
What?
There's
How is it
No,
different
that's
than devotion?
exactly Devotion.
Because-
Explain to me how it's different.
Because name a devotion card that says they get power and toughness equal to their individual. Devotion would have just been like they get +1/+1 for each mana symbol on the field, on your side of the field.
yeah.
What does like Gary say?
It says
It says-
you deal X life and gain X life equal to devotion you control. Whereas this one is similar to Gary. Yep.
Yeah, like there are some that are similar, but
This one cares about black symbols in your graveyard. I think devotion is
Yeah.
just based
Okay,
on the
that one-
battlefield.
What
Okay,
did
I'll give you
Master?
that one.
What
That
did
one-
Master
and the
Waves do?
enchantment one is different.
What did Master Waves do?
Devotion. ETB.
Devotion.
Get a
Made a
one.
ones.
Get a 1/0 horse.
Yeah, ones.
I get what you're saying is where.
Yeah, but
the
it wasn't a
white
1-0. It was
the white one's
100%
more
it was
like
a
Yeah,
1-0.
there was, and it gave them
Total
plus in
Master of Waves
them
gave +1/+1 to all elementals.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, so if you killed the Master of Waves, you would destroy all their elementals. That
This
was
is
didn't
still
it-
the like the fledgling
precursor.
devotion. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and then there was that other one too that was in Eldraine. What was it called? Like Amend or whatever.
Adamant.
Adamant.
That was like you needed 3 colored symbols.
That one
We're not
stunk.
there yet.
Of
Hold
the
on.
same.
That one stunk.
Chill out.
That
We're
one
not
was
there.
garbage.
All right, we're giving Chrome a D.
F.
Fucking F.
There's nothing that plays it. It's F.
Yeah. All right. Now we're.
But
in...
if we look at it as an ability, it's no.
Why am I missing? Did not all 5 mechanics existed, huh? Shards of Alara did not have 5 mechanics, huh?
Yeah, because they're just the.
The Naya was like
Naya
5.
didn't have
yeah.
one.
Naya had like
Naya
5
was
plus power was like its theme,
But
and
it didn't have a name.
then Esper was his artifacts.
Yep.
Hmm.
All right, so we got Devour. That was the Jun one, which,
That's okay. I'll give Devour like a C.
Hey, bro.
I don't know if there's any cards that matter with Devour.
Michaeloth.
Michaeloth and the
There
flaming
was the-
flaming Tyrannosaurus.
Well, there was
Oh,
also
Ravenous.
the dragon where you ferocious dragon. It deals damage equal to twice the number of goblins you devour.
Oh,
But like one shot.
yeah, okay. I remember the Hellion.
Yeah. Michaeloth.
Predator
Predator
Michaeloth?
dragon.
Predator Dragon, yep.
Ravenous T-Rex.
Harfiend. There it is. Voracious dragon.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember seeing any of these in standard play at all.
Yeah, just because it's bad. The Michaeloth is a limited card. But
Yeah. But like the best Jun card was Broodmate Dragon, and that has
Oh,
no
yeah.
Devour on it.
This is a D. 'Cause
Jeff,
at
I'm
least
listening.
it's
I'm listening. You got to
playable.
sell me on this. You got to tell me that.
At least it's playable.
Oh,
in
no,
limited.
I think it's a C,
Garbage.
but I'm
Get
not
out
going
of
to
here.
argue for it to be a C. I don't really care
At
that
least
much.
it's playable limited. I'll give it a D.
See.
All right, now we have Exalted.
I'll give
A.
that one like a A.
It's
I
pretty good.
think that's a B at
Or
best.
I was
B,
gonna say
huh?
B, but JB said A, and
It's-
he likes Bant. So.
It's not good all the time. Like there are good cards,
I
don't
think
get me
it's,
wrong, but like
blocked.
Exalted
It
is
used
like
to be an A, but
has
You're
to be,
right.
like, built around.
You're
nobody
right.
attacks with one creature anymore.
B is fine. I don't care.
Yeah. I
Come on, Tony.
I would say the only reason I would give it A is because I got beat by this by JB so fucking much, and on top of it, it was like the most annoying card or most annoying mechanic because you're just like I'll attack with one creature, and then you always have shields up, and it just fucking annoyed me so much.
Yes, this was also back in 2010.
It also made a
It's also
it came back in
it's also
2014.
decent. It's also decent for Infect.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah, you're
Kind of important for Infect.
or ignobles, whatever.
I mean, I know Noble Hierarch's not played as much anymore, but there was an argument that if you're playing Noble Hierarch or if you're playing Birds of Paradise, you should just be playing Noble Hierarch, because
Yep.
and now they even have Ignoble Hierarch, which is just the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, those
Oh,
dudes had
birds.
Bowmasters.
B is fine. And the last one, which was Unearth.
This is a straight
Ooh.
up A.
I
think
love
this
it.
is an S.
Yeah,
This is
it
a
could be
great
A.
ability.
S is
I have
aggressive.
so much.
It's very
You
good.
think it's aggressive?
Yes.
I mean,
For
you get to
an
reanimate at a cheaper cost and with haste.
Not all
like-
the time. Anthem Master costs 7. I remember this card getting played though.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even
Which
realize.
shows you how
I didn't
good it
even
is.
know this card had
You
Unearth.
should.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Still sees play.
Fate Stitcher.
Big one. Big EDH card.
Exalted one.
Hellspark
Hellspark
Elemental,
Elemental.
Hell-
and
Thunder
Thunder.
Elemental.
The Hellboys.
Yep.
The,
The Hellboys.
Leviathan.
Yeah, that card fucking is annoying as shit. This card's got Unearth for some reason.
Yep.
Yep.
These have Unearth for some reason.
Pretty good.
Disability is gross.
Oh yeah, that
yeah.
card right there. Spectre is so good. I remember whomping people with that card. It was so much
That
fun.
Mind Break
You just-
dude. I have a combo with that in my mill deck.
There's
Just
an
mill
un-
yourself, and then cast Vengevines and Specters from the graveyard to beat him.
The bottom card on this list, he's playing standard to this day.
This one?
Yoshi
The
Nightmare.
artifact.
Your
Yeah.
turn.
Yep, this card's
That's
good.
fair enough.
It's in red white.
I believe you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I could see an argument for A, but I think it has to be on the cusp of being an S.
That's fair. Extractor Demon's the big one. I remember that card being super sweet.
That card was good.
Oh,
too.
also Fate. Yeah, Fate Stitchers.
Yeah,
usually
that's
still
a
to
combo
this
one.
day.
Yeah, that's like you get a counter spell, bring it back, win the game. In fact, you actually want to unearth it because it gives it haste.
Mhm.
I legit didn't know that this card had unearth. I just thought,
Well, I did because I used it in the pre-release.
oh yeah.
I played it in Tron for a bit.
I remember playing this on my Jun sideboard 3 of because you go
Yep.
against 5 color control and you'd be like, take 1,000,000.
Stomp all over him. Yeah.
Take 1,000,000, dipshit. So like counter spell. You're like unearth. Like
I'll
fuck.
do it again.
Yeah.
And then you play what? Rune Blaster Goblin or
A
whatever.
pushing your ass.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, this Charger Lara is so near and dear to my heart. Like it's
That's another problem. Is I just like these cards I played a ton.
yeah.
Oh, same.
I have crazy nostalgia for them. Like I played this shit with my zombie deck. I played all these fucking cards.
Vector was so
I
good.
thought I fucking played this.
Stupid Vengevine deck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those-
that card.
Yeah.
I
played-
remember the art. I don't remember anything else about it.
Yeah. I just I would be surprised. We should play a game in a couple weeks where it's like I name the card and you guys just tell me what it does. Like and it's from
Okay.
from Shards block. I think Shards and Zendikar I could name. Shards through Worldwake I could, or maybe even Rise of Eldrazi. I think I can name every card in that set, and then probably all the way through Innistrad. I think I have like that stuck to my memory bank.
Well, it's because you were playing so
I
much.
can do it
back then.
probably with the art. I'm like terrible with names and old.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
But
There is an art.
we should just draft shards. I do believe the boxes are super cheap.
Are they really? Let's see. I think that last
I
time I
mean,
checked, they were
what's really
expensive.
in shards?
It's
Unless
but
there's-
they're rare to
it's
find.
scarcity. That's the I looked.
that
at
might be the reason. I could have swore I saw they were cheap, but
a booster of Alara was $35, just brand new,
Woo.
and then a booster box about 700.
Dude, I remember I bought one of
Really?
those.
Mhm.
You remember when
It's
we were
scarcity.
talking originally?
They don't exist.
That is right there. That premium pack is the original version.
Yeah, I remember
of
those.
collector
Those were
packs.
cool.
Yep.
Those were cool.
We did
The
a
one-
we did a
The
draft
one I
of these.
bought. The one I bought had a
Fuck in the box.
Foil.
Only $6.
noble in it, and I was so pumped. I was like, holy
I had
shit!
like a foil Rafik and a foil Imperial Archangel.
Yeah. So I thought about buying a box of this so I could just mount it of these 3 sets. This one, Conflux. I mean, even Conflux, all of them are expensive. They were so scarce.
Dude, Josh, you're fucking killing me.
What was Conflux box? Just the player's guide. I have a bunch of player's guides. Yeah, like this whole set is super
Oh, I can't
scarce.
wait.
Like don't get me wrong, there's
Child of
nothing in
Alara,
there.
the anime version, baby. Let's go. Give me
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking Miku Alara.
All right, Josh, get us the fuck out of here.
Godzilla is a better protector than the Avengers, so therefore we should call it a Godzilla level threat. And it's Wednesday, my dudes.
Doot, doot,
You
doot,
thought
doot,
of that on the
doot,
spot.
doot, 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 doot.